Welcome back to Daily Briefcase. Today's top story. President Trump has ordered that the Pentagon once again be called the Department of War. That was its name for over 150 years until 1947, when Congress created the Department of Defense. This change might sound cosmetic, but it may carry symbolic weight, and over time, it could have business and economic consequences. Let's break down what happened, why, and what it means for companies, investors, and even the job market. So here's what actually happened. The president signed an executive order on September 5th, 2025, directing the Pentagon and federal agencies to start using the name Department of War in official communications.
1947, our nation won some of its greatest military victories under the direction of a Secretary of War operating within a Department of War. Today, with this executive order, you will authorize the current Secretary of Defense and the current Department of Defense to once again embrace this great lineage and once again be named the Secretary of War and the Department of War.
This doesn't instantly rewrite the law. Legally, the Pentagon is still the Department of Defense. Only Congress can make that change permanent. But from websites to press releases, the new branding starts now. Signs, letterheads, patches, and logos will gradually switch over. The administration's argument is that they say defense sounds passive. They want language that reflects strength, victory, and a warrior ethos.
So we won the First World War, we won the Second World War, we won everything before that and in between, and then we decided to go woke and we changed the name to Department of Defense. So we're going Department of War.
Critics, on the other hand, argue that calling it the Department of War projects aggression and could complicate U.S. diplomacy. Either way, this may be about signaling, both to Americans and to allies abroad, how this administration sees America's role in the world. Now, let's be clear. This doesn't automatically change military budgets, troop deployments, or weapons contracts. All of that still flows through Congress and the annual defense authorization process. The name change is mostly symbolic in our estimation, but symbols can matter. Think about how many places the words Department of Defense appear on uniforms, signs, ID cards, websites, forms, and contracts. Updating all of that will take time and cost money. Federal agencies typically try to spread these costs out, but we're likely still talking about tens of millions of dollars over time to rebrand one of the largest organizations in the world. Since we focus on the economy and business, let's discuss what the name change of the Department of Defense to Department of War means for these areas. You can also let us know what you think of the name change in the comments. We would appreciate a like and subscribe too. Defense contractors. For Lockheed, Raytheon, General Dynamics, and others, contracts don't change overnight, but investors watch tone and priorities. A harder war posture could translate into more emphasis on munitions, ships, and next-generation systems down the road. Recruiting. The military has struggled to meet recruitment goals. The word war could inspire some potential recruits, but it could also scare many others away. This may affect the talent pipeline for the armed forces. Universities and research. The Pentagon funds billions in research every year, from advanced materials to AI. Some universities may push back harder against grants tied to a War Department name. That tension could ripple into tech and biotech labs. International perception. Allies may see the new name as proof the U.S. is taking a more aggressive stance. That could push some to increase their own military budgets. But it could also make diplomacy with sensitive partners trickier. Macroeconomy. On its own, a rebrand doesn't change GDP or inflation necessarily. But if this shift comes alongside bigger defense budgets, That's stimulative for manufacturing and jobs in certain regions, especially where defense contractors are concentrated. So what happens next? Congress will decide whether to make the name change permanent in law. Expect debates in the House and Senate Armed Services Committees when the defense bill comes up. Also, watch for signs of how allies react and whether recruitment numbers shift in the next few quarters. And, from a business standpoint, keep an eye on the defense budget requests in 2026 and beyond. That's where the real dollars will show up. The bottom line, renaming the Pentagon the Department of War is in many ways symbolic for now, but symbols shape policy direction, and this move can feel uncomfortable for many. Let us know in the comments. For business leaders, investors, and workers tied to the defense ecosystem, it's worth watching. Today, it's a name. Tomorrow, it could guide spending priorities, diplomacy, and even the shape of the defense industry. You've been listening to Daily Briefcase, where we try to break down the economy and business headlines. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, keep doing your research and engage us with your thoughts below. Stay tuned, and we'll keep you ahead of the curve on how policy intersects with business and the economy.